Good morning to all. So today I am going to discuss about lipids. Okay, lipids. So what are the lipids? These are heterogeneous groups. Okay, these are heterogeneous group of compounds. Hetero, heterogeneous group of compounds. Group of compounds. Okay, heterogeneous group of compounds. And these are based on their physical process. These are divided into two types, which are insoluble in water, insoluble in water, and soluble in organic solids. Soluble in organic solids. Organic solids. These are okay. So lipids are important. Lipids are important dietary substances. Important dietary substances means we have to take the so these are compulsory in our diet. We have to maintain these are in our diet. Okay, dietary constituents. Okay, so not only that because of this is having high energy, but also because of their fat soluble. These are having high energy, and these are said to be fat soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins. Okay, fat soluble vitamins, which are ADK. ADK. Okay, so these are found in the natural food. Okay, so fatty acids are contained. These are essential fatty acids. These are essential fatty acids. Fatty acids. Okay, containing the fat of natural food. This is containing from the natural food, contains this natural food. Okay, so it's about the introduction. Let's see the what is the importance of biological lipids. Okay, let's see biological importance of lipids. Biological importance of lipids. Okay, so these are lipids are chief storage form of energy. Chief storage form of energy. Means energy is stored in the form of these lipids. Okay, these lipids, these can be stored as a fatty acid. Okay, these are stored as a fatty acid. They enters into the Krebs cycle. Okay, and involved in the synthesis of ATP. ATP is nothing but adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so this is the energy. ATP is used in the it means this ATP is converted into energy. Okay, so that's why this is one of the biological importance. Let's see another importance. These main fats are transformed into carbohydrates and vice versa. Carbohydrates are converted into fats. Okay, so lipids are fundamental structures of fundamental structural building blocks of protoplasm. Okay, so lipids are fundamental building blocks of protoplasm. We know protoplasm. Okay, protoplasm. So cell membrane contains the protoplasm, right? Okay, so means this is mainly These are the starting materials. Fundamental blocks means what? Starting materials. Okay, these are the starting materials of this one. Starting materials of this lipids are starting material of this protoplasm. Protoplasm which is present in the cell wall. Okay, so means this is the phospholipid in the form of phospholipid, and so this phospholipid is present in the cell membrane means this protoplasm is present in this cell membrane. Okay, in this cell membrane. So next one is subcutaneous fat cells. Next biological importance of this one, subcutaneous fats. Cutaneous fats serves as a insulation of heat. Fats serves as a insulation of heat means it reduces the heat. Okay, insulation of heat, it stops the heat. Okay, it produces means it stop the heat. Okay, insulators as the heat. Lipids are also electrical lipids are also electrical insulators. Okay, so many hormones here. Fatty tissue protects vital organs. Okay, organs from injuries. Okay, so it protects major organs. Okay, major organs from the injuries. Okay, so these lipids are important, these fatty tissues. Okay, so if you contain fatty tissues, so it will protect the organs. Okay, so main organs. Next here, many hormones are lipids only. Many hormones are lipids only. Okay, hormones are lipids. Example, steroids. Okay, steroids mean if you take example cholesterol is also it is a steroid actually, but it mainly belongs to this hormone. It mainly belongs to this lipids. Okay, so and one more important biological importance. So waxes are protective coatings of skin. Okay, coating of skin and furs. Okay, of animals. So skin. Okay, so this is a waxes are protective coatings of skin and furs. Okay, so let's see the classification of this one. Okay, so this is about the biological importance of this one. Okay, biological importance of this one. Next one is classification. Fatty acids mainly classified into three types. Okay, which are saturated. Two types. Saturated fatty acids unsaturated fatty acids. Okay, so these are mainly classified into two types, which are this one. Okay, for example, butyric acid. If you see here, butyric acid butyric acid. Butyric acid is a saturated fatty acid which contains CH3, CH2, okay, CH2 in taken twice. It is having CH3 group. Again it is having this one COOH. Example, butter. Okay. So let's see this one, oleic acid. Here C double bond C. Here CH2 7 CH3 CH2 7 C double bond OH. Okay, here H is there, H is there. So if you see here saturated, it is not having any double bonds here, but it is having double bonds. So that's why it is called as unsaturated fatty acids. Okay. So this is the oleic acid. Example, oleic acid. Okay. So this is the butter. So like that, here also, here valeric acid is there. Valeric acid, caproic acid, caproic acid, octanoic acid, octanoic acid, decanoic acid, decanoic acid, and dodecanoic acid. Okay, lauric acid, myristic acid. So like that, it is having so many acids. Palmitic acid, stearic acid. Palmitic acid, stearic acid. Stearic acid. Okay, stearic acid. So these are some examples. Just we have to, here C4 is there, 1, 2, here 2 CH2 group is there. So that's why I have to write like this. So how many carbons are there? 4 carbons are there. Here CH3, CH2, taken thrice COOH. Here CH3, CH2, taken 4 times COOH. Okay, so like that means this is a C5 compound, this is C6 compound, this is C7 and C8, next C10, C12, C. So like that, it is having like that. Okay, so next means this CH2, if you increase this CH2 branch, so we'll get this. Okay, okay. So next, this is one of the example. Let's see the another example. CH3, CH2, 4, CH, double bond CH, CH2, 2. Okay. So here it is CH2, 6 COOH. So this is the example for linoleic acid. Linoleic acid. These are the unsaturated fatty acids and this is the saturated. Here no double bond is present. Here unsaturated means what? Double bond or triple bond will be present. So here double bond unsaturated fatty acids are there. Okay. So this is about this one. So next see this. So how we have to classify the lipids. Okay. Next, classification of lipids. This is fatty acids. Fatty acids are classified into 2 types, which are saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids. In this saturated fatty acids, there is no double bond. Okay, simple chain will be there. And here there is a alkene or alkyne, means here double bond or triple bonds are present. So that's why it is called as unsaturated fatty acid. Okay. So next one, classification of lipids. Classification of lipids. So lipids are classified into 3 types. 3 types which are simple lipids. Here compound lipids. Okay. So next, derived lipids. Last one, derived lipids. Okay, so these are classified into, again these simple lipids are classified into three types which are triglycerides. Okay, this is the first type. Okay, so next one, triesters of glucose. Okay, glucolipids. Okay, so next, natural fats. This is natural fats and waxes. Okay, so these are triglycerides, natural fats, waxes. Simple lipids are classified into three types. Triglycerides, natural means here triester groups will be there. Here waxes. Okay, so next, these will be compound lipids will be classified into phospholipids. Okay, glycolipids. Okay, and other lipids are also there. Other lipids, lipoproteins. Okay, so these derived lipids are steroids. Okay, these are classified into steroids, hormones and vitamins. Okay, so if you see here, these lipids are classified into three types: simple lipids, compound lipids, derived lipids. Again here, the simple lipids are classified into three types: triglycerides, natural fats and waxes. Compound lipids are classified into phospholipids, glycolipids and other lipids are also there, and here lipoproteins are also there. Derived lipids are again classified into steroids, hormones and vitamins. Okay, so this is about this one. So next, this is this one. So how this triglyceride will be present now? So we can write the triglyceride. So these are the esters. Now I have tell you the triesters. Okay. So what is this structure? Let's see this one. So this is the CH3. Here it is containing CH. Here again same group will be repeated. That's it. Okay. CH2, O, C double bond O, CH3 taken twice, CH. This is not CH3, CH2. CH2. 2, CH2, CH3. So this is the triglycerides. This triglyceride. Example, triglyceride. Okay. So actually these triglycerides are classified into lauric, myristic and palmitic and stearic acids. Okay. So these are classified into lauric, stearic, means only here I will put N here, only this N will be changed. Okay, N will be changed. If it is 10, okay, if N is equal to 10, so it is said to be lauric acid. If it is 12, myristic acid. If it is 14, palmitic acid. If it is 16, stearic acid. Only the here N will vary and we will get this one. Okay, so we will get this one. So this is about the classification of lipids. Okay. Okay. So next one is let's see this simple lipids. Here this is the triglycerides, natural simple lipids, and waxes are there. So these are also esters of fatty acids. So visually long chain alcohols. These are long chain alcohols. Long chain alcohols which are called as glycerols. Which are called as glycerols. Glycerol, not this one. So this one, that's it. Okay, these alcohols may be aliphatic or alicyclic. Okay, cetyl alcohol is most common form. So cetyl alcohol is the most commonly used wax. Okay, so next compound lipids, phospholipids are there here, glycolipids are there. Okay, so there are some which fatty acids with alcohol containing additional group such as phosphate. Here additional group is there, alcohol plus phosphate. Alcohol plus phosphate is there, so that's why it is a phospholipids. Phospholipids. Here these phospholipids are again classified into two types. Again classified into two types, which are glucophospholipid, glucophospholipid, phospholipid, and second one is sphingophospholipid. Okay, these phospholipids are classified into two types. Okay, glucophospholipid contains glycerol and alcohol. Here it is containing glycerol and alcohol. Okay, example lecithin and cephalin. Okay, lecithin and cephalin. Here it contains phospholipid contain sphingosine alcohol. Okay, sphingomyelin. This is a sphingomyelin. This is sphingomyelin. Example sphingomyelin. Okay, sphingomyelin. This is about the phospholipids. Here okay, simple lipids we have finished with this one. Here compound lipids, there are two types of their phospholipids and this glycolipids. In this one, again it is classified into two types: glucolipids, phospholipids, and sphingophospholipid. Here alcohol and phosphate group is there, so that's why it is called as phospholipids. Okay, so in this one glucophospholipid, here glycerol is there as well as alcohol will be there. Example, so lecithin and cephalin. Cephalins are these are examples for the phospholipids. And sphingomyelin is the example for this sphingophospholipid. Okay, so next these glycolipids, again these lipids contain fatty acid. Here it is contain fatty acid and plus carbohydrate. What it is contain? Fatty acid and carbohydrates and nitrogenous base and nitrogen base. Okay, so this is for example. So already we have okay, here it is having fatty acids, carbohydrates and nitrogen bases. Example for this one, examples. Okay, cerebrocytes and gangliocytes. Okay, so these glycolipids contains fatty acid as well as carbohydrate as well as nitrogen base. Example for this one, cerebrocytes and gangliocytes are the examples for this one. Okay, so next lipoproteins are there. So here lipoproteins, macromolecule complexes of lipids with proteins are called as lipoproteins. Here three types are there. Lipoproteins are also there. Lipoproteins. In this lipoproteins, I want to write here. So macromolecule complexes of lipids, molecular lipids plus proteins. Plus proteins is called as, means lipids plus proteins is called as lipoproteins. So this is about this one. Okay. So next one, let's see the derived lipids. So these are derived lipids, steroids, hormones, and this one. Okay. So in this include glycerol and fatty acids, mono, tri, acyl glycerols are there. So here lipid soluble is there, vitamins, steroid hormones. So and this will be present. Okay. So this is the classification of lipids. Okay, this is the classification of lipids. Here derived lipids are there. So derived lipids, third one, last one. So we have steroids. So many steroids are there. And if you take some hormones, and the hormones are also steroids. From steroids, hormones will be produced. Okay, hormones will be produced. Okay, so let's see the simple structure. If you actually we have glycerol unit. So CH-OH. So CH2OH. This is called as glycerol. Okay. So means the most of the content this one. Okay. If it is means OH will be means if we isolate acylated. So in this one we have to introduce this acyl group. Okay. So acyl group in this, what will be there here? CH2OH. This is called as monoacyl glycerol. Okay. If you replace this one with CH2, here OC double bond O R is there. Here CHOH. Here CH2 OC double bond O R is there. This is called as, here monoacyl group is there. Here two acyl groups are there. So that's why it is called as diacyl glycerol. Okay. Diacyl glycerol. These are obtained from hydrolysis of lipids. Obtained from hydrolysis of lipids. Hydrolysis of lipids. Okay. Hydrolysis of lipids. Okay. Let's see some structures of vitamin D, A, K, E, K. Actually, I have it. Structures of numbering in natural. Actually, we'll have this one. Okay. So if you see here, this vitamin D. Here CH3 group will be there. Here we will have so this is the vitamin D. Okay. So and vitamin A structures. Here CH3 groups are there, CH3. Okay, two CH3 groups are there. Okay, so here the OH group is there, and we will have a double bonds here, 4 double bonds, and here we are having one CH3 group, and here we are having another CH3 group, and here also CH3 group is there. So this is vitamin A, and let's see the vitamin K. Double bond anhydride part is there here. This part is there, CH3, CH2, CH double bond C, H3 is there. Here CH2, 3 groups are there. C, CH3, H. Here CH2 again. It is having 3. It is a very long chain. Okay, it is very long chain. Here H is there. Again CH2 groups are 3 is there. C, CH3. Here CH3 is there, H. So this is a vitamin K. Next, vitamin E. Okay, so let's see the structure of this vitamin E. So this is a bicyclic compound. Okay, here CH3 is there, and here OH group is there, Okay. Here OH group is there. CH3 group is there. Okay. CH3 group is there. Here CH3. Here CH3. Here it is having here. Right. Okay, so we'll have CH3 groups here. CH3 group is there. Again, here one CH3 is there. Here one CH3 is there. Okay, here one CH3 is there. Okay, so this is about vitamin K. So these are the structures of vitamins. Okay, so which is a D, E, K. Okay, so D, E, K groups are there. Okay, so next one. Next, biosynthesis of phospholipids. Biosynthesis of phospholipids. Biosynthesis of phospholipids. Okay. Let's see the biosynthesis. First we have to take this glycerol 3-phosphate. Okay, so CH2, simple one. Here it is a 3-step process. We have to take CH2OH here. Okay, next it is having H, and here OH group is there. Okay, so next we have to take the phosphate form, not the acetate form. We have to take the phosphate form. Okay, so this is a glycerol 3-phosphate. Glycerol 3-phosphate. Okay, phosphate. If it is reacted with the acetyl CoA, acetyl CoA is converted into coenzyme A. Okay, coenzyme A means here what it will do now, acetyl group of this CoA will attack this OH and it is converted into acetylation, means it removes the H and acetyl group will attack this O. Okay, so then what will be happen here, CH2O is there, here C double bond O R1, and here C, here we have H, here we have OH, and here we are not disturbing this group O, P double bond O minus. Okay, so here this is called as lysophosphatidate. Lysophosphatidate. Okay, phosphatidate. Okay, so next if you use, means it is using, again we have to do the acetylation. Acetyl CoA is converted into CoA, means here this OH is converted into another acetyl group. Okay, so what will be happen here, we have to write this one, CH2O C double bond O R1. Here C is there, H, and here in this we are removing this H and we have to replace this H with this acetyl group. Okay, so that's why this acetyl coenzyme A leave, so attack this acetyl, means transfer the acetyl group for this one, and it is eliminated as a coenzyme A, means here acetyl group is attached to this one. Okay, C double bond O R1. Okay, so next we will have CH2OP double bond O minus. Next, if you do the hydrolysis, so what will be there? Here this phosphate group is attached, phosphate group is reduced, means converted into OH group. Okay, so then we will get CH2OCO R1, and again at second one also we will get the CHO CO R2 here we have to write the 2, okay, R2, and here next this is converted into CH2OH, okay. So this is called as inorganic. Next, if it is react with plus, we are removing this phosphate, okay, this phosphate PI means inorganic phosphate. Inorganic phosphate means we are removing this phosphate. We are removing this phosphate group. Again we have to use the acyl CoA because one more OH group is there, so we have to convert it into acetyl group, okay, acetyl group. So acyl CoA is converted into CoA by transferring this acyl group to this H, okay. So then what will be happen here? CH2O CO R1, here again CHO C double bond O R2, and again here it is having CH2O C double bond O R3. So this is called as here 1, 2, 3 acyl groups are there. So that's why it is called as triacyl glycerol. It is called as triacyl glycerol, which is TAG, okay, TAG. Okay, here we are using this glycol 3-phosphate is a common intermediate in the synthesis of phospholipids, okay, phospholipids, and form of the primary and reduction of hydroxyacetone phosphate, then lesser extent of this glycerol. So this is the biosynthesis of lipids, okay, biosynthesis of lipids. We are using phosphate acetyl transferase here, okay, phosphate. So this lysophosphatidate is there now. So here one enzyme will be there, this phosphatidate, which is nothing but glycerol phosphate acyl transferase. Glycerol phosphate acyl transferase. Glycerol phosphate acyl transferase. Acyl transferase. ACE means enzyme. Okay, ACE means enzyme. Okay, this is the name of this one. So this is the biosynthesis of lipids. Okay, next let's so these pathways are diverse into phosphatidase. Okay, so in this triacyl glycerols, phosphatidates hydrolyzed by using the specific enzymes, and it will give this one. Okay, so triglyceride acyl transferase, the enzyme are associated with triacyl glycerol. So we will get the synthase. Okay, triacyl glycerol synthase. Okay, so next see the another one. Okay, biosynthesis of phosphatidyl serine. Next one is phosphatidyl serine. Okay, let's see this synthesis. Okay, so let's see what is the phosphatidyl serine first. So R2 is that here, C double bond O CH2 O CO R1. Okay, so CH2 O P double bond O CH2 C, here NH3 plus is there, COO minus, here H will be there. So this is the phosphatidyl serine. What is phosphatidyl serine here? This is the phosphatidyl serine. Phosphatidyl serine. Okay, let's see this synthesis. Okay, how it will be. It is involved in this one. Okay, R2 C double bond O. Here this serine group is there, so that's why it is a serine. Okay, so CH2 C double bond O or 1. Okay, so next you have to take CH O C double bond O R 2. Sorry, here we have to take the CH2O, C double bond O, R1, which is attached to CH is there here. It is attached to C double bond O, R2, which is attached to CH2O, P double bond O. So don't write all that structure, just we are this one. Okay. So what will be there now? Here it activate. Okay. So UTP, uranyl triphenyl phosphate to PPI. Okay. UTP and this PPI. Okay. So what it will be there? We have to add one more phosphate group to this one. Okay. Pyrophosphate. It is this transfers one of the phosphate group to this one. So means here we got only monophosphate group. So by transferring this phosphate group to this one, then we'll get the another phosphate. Okay, another phosphate, and here it is having like this. Okay, so let's see. Actually, here CH2O, C double bond O, R1 is there, which is attached to H. C double bond O, C double bond O, R2 is there. Here we have CH2O, P double bond O. Here what we are adding? Again we are adding phosphate group O. Here O minus here, O minus here, O is there. Okay, so O is there. So this O is attached to ribose sugar, which is this one. Okay, ribose sugar. Here OH is there, H, OH, H, here CH2. So here it is having this one. It is having this one. Okay, here which is attached to this one. And H2 is there. Here double bond, here double bond. This is called as activated form of diacyl glycerol. Activated form. Okay. This is diacyl glycerol. Okay. Next, this will continue this one. So this one plus we have to add the serine. Okay, serine plus serine. It will give means we have to add this one CH2, CH, 0 OH. Here OH group is there, NH3 is there. Okay, so next this is converted into phosphatidyl serine. Okay, phosphatidyl serine. It will give this one, phosphatidyl serine. Okay, so this one is this one. Next, phosphatidyl inositol is there. This one, phosphatidyl inositol. Okay. So next one, in the same manner, phosphatidyl. We have to prepare the phosphatidyl inositol. Okay, so this is the phosphatidyl serine is this one. Okay, so we have to add this one serine group. This is this one. Okay, so phosphatidyl means we have to add the phosphatidyl group. We have to add the serine group. So if you add this one, we'll get the phosphatidyl serine by series of reactions. Like that, we have to carry out another one, which is a phosphatidyl inositol. Okay, phosphatidyl inositol. this one phosphatidyl inositol. Okay. Yes. First we have to take this R2 C double bond O CH CH2 here O C double bond O R1. We are having CH2 O P phosphate group. We have to take this phosphate group. Next we have to activate this one. Okay, activate. For this one we have to add the CTP. So this CTP what it will do? So it transfers one of the phosphate group to this phosphate. Okay, so already one phosphate is there. Again we have to add one more phosphate group from this CTP, and which is converted into pyrophosphate. Okay, so then what will be happen? R2CO. This group is there CH. Here we are having CH O C double bond O R1 here. This is R2. And we are having CH2 O P double bond O minus. Okay. Again it is react with this one. Okay. So we are adding one more phosphate group, which is this one is attached into CH2. Here CH2 group is there. Next means ribose sugar OHH. Okay, so next we are having N here. So next here N here where NH3 group is there. Okay, so here double bond here double bond O is there. Okay, so this group is there, plus we have to add inositol. For this one we have to add the inositol OH here. Okay, OH here we are having OH. We have to add this inositol. This is the inositol group. We have to add the inositol to this phosphate by cleaving this one. Okay, by cleaving this one. So just we are for this one for reactivity. So we have to convert it into like this. We cannot add inositol directly. First it is converted into this, then it adds the inositol is added to this one. Okay. So next one is here this bond will break. And one of the, so here it removes OH, and here this that part. Okay, and what will be happen here? This inositol. Okay, we'll write first this one CH2 O C double bond O R1, and here CH is there. Here we are having O C double bond O R2. Okay, this is R2, and we are having CH2 O P O, right? O minus. This is this O minus, which is connected to inositol. Okay, inositol OH here, OH here, OH here, OH here, OH. So this is the phosphatidyl group, and this is the inositol. Okay, so that's why it is called as phosphatidyl inositol. Phosphatidyl inositol. Okay, simply we are adding for this one this inositol. Okay, by this series of reactions. Okay, by series of these reactions. Next. Next one is phosphatidyl ethanol amine. Okay, ethanol amine. For this one we have to take this one same. Okay, for this one just we have to add this H plus, here H plus, and here this is converted into CO2. Means we have to eliminate the decarboxylation. Here which process is there? Decarboxylation process is there. Okay, decarboxylation process. Okay. Phosphatidyl. We have to take the phosphatidyl serine here. What is the phosphatidyl serine? We have to add this O minus. Just a small change is there. We have to take phosphatidyl serine. Okay. For phosphatidyl serine, CH2, CH, NH3 plus COO minus. Okay. So for this one, what we have to do here? So this here H plus, and it is removing this CO2. This removing CO2, and what we will get? We will get only this one. We will get what we will get here. Just we are removing this COO group. So then what we will get here? CH2 O, T double bond O here. We are removing this part, and we are adding H plus here. So H plus will come and attack. So this is converted into CH2 NH3 NH3 plus. Okay, NH3 plus. So this is the phosphatidyl ethanol amine. Here ethanol amine is there. Okay, so this is called as ethanol amine. So that's why it is called as phosphatidyl. At this is called as ethanol amine. Okay, ethanol amine. So that's why it is called as this one. Okay, this one. Next, phosphatidyl choline is there. Phosphatidyl choline. This is a phosphatidyl ethanol amine. Simply from phosphatidyl serine, we have to remove this CO2. Means decarboxylation and decarboxylation. So what we will get? Phosphatidyl ethanol amine. Simple. Okay. So we have to remove this CO2 and we will get the phosphatidyl ethanol amine. Let's see the choline. Okay. Phosphatidyl. How we have to prepare the phosphatidyl choline. Okay. Let's see the phosphatidyl choline. Phosphatidyl choline is nothing but here. From this one, we have to take the phosphatidyl ethanol amine. Phosphatidyl ethanol amine. We are doing this one. Okay. So means here this is converted into CH3. CH3 here S-adenosyl methionine. We are using S-adenosyl methionine. Ethanol amine. Here we are using what we are using S-adenosyl methionine. Okay. So simple. Here what will be there now? So here it is converted into CH2 here. CH2. Okay. CH2. In this one, this COO is converted into ethanol amine. That's it. Okay. Okay. So here this we are adding, means we are replacing one of the hydrogen with the methyl. Hydrogen with the methyl. Two methyl groups. Okay. Then means here NH3 is there now. So this all the three hydrogens are replaced with three methyl groups. Thereby we will get this choline. Simply we are replacing these 3 hydrogens with 3 methyl groups, then we'll get the choline by using S-adenosyl methionine enzyme. Okay, so let's see. So here R2 group, here CH2 is there. Here we are having O, P double bond O, here O minus, which is attached to CH2, CH2, here N, here CH3, CH3 and CH3. Here it is having plus charge. So this is the phosphatidyl choline. Phosphatidyl choline. Simple. From this we are replacing all the hydrogens with the 3 methyl groups, then it is called as phosphatidyl choline. So this is the biosynthesis of phospholipids. Let's see the biosynthesis of glycolipids. Okay, glycolipids. Okay, so let's see the biosynthesis of glycolipids. Only one will be there, glycolipids. Okay, so let's see the first. We have to take this one, CH is there, CH double bond CH, CH2 12 CH3. Okay, so what is this one? Here we are CH is there. Here we are adding NHCO or next CH2O glucose. This is the glycolipids. Okay, so how we have to prepare this glycolipid? Let's see the synthesis of this glycolipids. Okay, synthesis. Synthesis. This one is here C. First we have to take C double bond O, S CoA. Okay, CoA, palmityl CoA. This is called as palmityl. Palmitate group. This is the palmitate group. So we are having 14 CH2 groups. So this is called as palmitosyl CoA. This is called as palmitosyl CoA. Okay, CoA. In the presence of serine, we have to write the serine. So what it will be there? So it react with this one. So here we will see CHNH3 plus COO minus is there. Another group it is having CH2OH2 and H3 group is there. Okay, H is there. This is the serine. Okay, which is a serine. Here plus charge will be there, minus will be there. So deuterion. It exists as a deuterion. This is a what it will do now. This CoA SH plus CO2. It is divided into. So this will decarboxylation occurs here. This will remove. Okay, this will remove and add this group. Okay, this group. Let's see this one. Here we will have C double bond O, CH2. 14 times CH3 is there. Here we are having. So we are removing this group and we are introducing this group. Okay. So CH is there. Another side NH3 plus group will be there. CH2OH. Means here it will remove these groups. Only decarboxylation means it will remove the CO2 this group as well as this one. Only So it adds this group. Okay, CH2OH is there and NH3 is there. Okay, so COOH, there is no COOH. So this carbon is attached to this carbonyl oxygen. Okay, carbonyl oxygen. Again, if it is treated with NADPH, means here it is converted into NADPH to NADP plus. Means here hydrogen is added to this one. Okay, means here we are reduced this carbonyl group by using this NADPH enzyme. Okay, by using NADPH enzyme. Okay, so if you see here what we have to do, this NADPH enzyme will do the reduction at this carbonyl group. It adds the hydrogens to this one. Okay, so let's see how it will be formed. Okay, so let's write this one. Okay, here we got CHOH here, and we are having CH2 14 and CH3, and here we are having C here, H here, CH2 OH, and at this side we are having NH3 plus. Okay, NH3 plus group. Okay, so next step is N-acyl sphingomyelin. We have to use the N-acyl sphingomyelin. Okay, so what will be there here? We have to introduce acyl group for this. Okay, let's see how it is there. Here OH is there, H, CH2, 14, CH3, and C is there. Here we are removing 2 hydrogens and we are replacing this group with this NHC is there, right? NHCO CH3. Okay, NOCH3, or we have to write the not the R group. Okay, any R group. We are having H here, CH2OH here. Okay, so we have to add this one. Next, here mixed functional oxidase. Mixed functional oxidase group. Functional oxidase. Okay, this is present in animals. This is an enzyme which is present in this one. Okay, so here what will be there now? Carefully listen. Unsaturation, so it will do this. Mixed functional oxidase will do the oxidation here. Oxidation here means it removes the, so it forms the double bond. It will give the double bonded one. Okay. See, OH is there. Next, we'll having H is there. Here CH, double bond CH, CH2, 12, CH3. Means here 14 is there now. So CH2 here, double bond CH2 will get the CH2. Means if you write this one like this, CH2, 12. So what will be there? It removes one hydrogen and it removes one hydrogen. There is a double bond is present. So this is the double bond. Okay. Ide change same avutundi kakapothe 2CH2 means these 2 CH2 groups are removes hydrogen and forms the double bond. Okay. Double bond. So this one. So next we'll have the same group here. CH is there, CH2OH is there, and here NH, CO, R group will be there. Okay, R will be group is there. Okay, this is formatted. Don't see. Okay, so next step is okay. UDP glucose. We have to use the UDP glucose, which is nothing but uridyl diphosphate. Okay, we have to add the UDP for this one. Let's see what is this UDP. So So how we have to add this one? Actually we are having OH group, H, CH, double bond CH, here CH2 taken 12. Actually 14 are there, so from 2 there is a unsaturation, so that's why we have to write the 12. 14 ఉన్నాయి కదమ్మా, 14 లో 2 methyl groups will reveal 2 methylene groups are converted into CH groups by removing of hydrogen. Okay, so next here we are having CH, here we are having NHC double bond O R. Okay, so next what will be group is there? CH2 O CH2. We are adding this means glucose. Okay, so glycolipid means what it will do? This UDP glucose transfer the glucose unit to this one. Okay, just we are adding glucose unit for this one. Okay, so let's see how it will be formed. Here OH is there, H, OH, H, here OH, H, OH, H. Okay, so this is the glyco part and this is the glucose part and this is the phosphate part. So like this we are preparing the glycolipids. Okay, first we have to take this palmityl CoA. So it will, what it will do? So it adds the serine group and it will remove the CO2 group, so thereby we will get this one. And again this carbonyl group is reduced by using this NADPH, and here it is converted into secondary alcohol. Okay, so next what will be there? If you use N-acyl sphingomyelin, so we are adding the acyl group to this nitrogen. Okay, we have to do the acylation for this nitrogen by using N-acyl sphingomyelin. Okay, so next one, so this is converted into acyl group. NH3 plus is converted into acyl group. Okay, N-acyl group. If you use a mixed functional oxidase, this is present in animals, what it will do? Actually here CH2 we can write it as like this. Okay, here 2 hydrogens will be eliminated and it forms the double bond here. Okay, again finally UDP glucose transfers the glucose unit to this lipid. Okay, lipid, so thereby we will get the glycolipids. This is the lipid part and this is the glycogen part, so that's why it is called as glycolipids. Okay, so this is the synthesis of glycolipids. Okay, so in next class I have complete this chapter. Okay, so just follow this class. Thank you.